Hi, teammates. I believe Jesus is the lion with the eagle's wings, spoken of in Daniel 7, whose wings were plucked for the Gentiles. I believe that Gunther Prien, Left Tooth, who we went over in the Visions, that was a Washington State Native American and traveled to the Aztec lands whenever the Visigoths were fighting with the Aztecs. And King David and Charlie Bronson, the English prisoner, are all the same person. These are the reincarnations of King David. Gunther Prien, Left Tooth, King David, Charlie Bronson. Starting with King David, then Left Tooth, then Gunther Prien, then Charlie Bronson. Which Charlie Bronson is a English prisoner to this day. Then we have Orthrus, the two-headed dog, I believe is Chevandariah and Nathar Shah. And then the son of that would be the Sphinx, the Hendrik Goldsmith character. And then the Nemean lion is Paul Walker. These are all the same person, different reincarnations, and this is the Holy Ghost. So the Holy Ghost is this, HG, and David. Okay? David is that, and HG is that. Make sense? So we'll go from there. Gematria today. Saved plants like John Candy, stopped guerrilla warfare, drinking milk. I got all those there in the Gematria. You can look at those. I added all of them up, those 7. I got 1966, 9. Divided by 7 equals 2809.857, 1428.6. Notice the 1428 there is the Maxla date. Maxla is 1428 AD. And I went to 809 AD and got Govinda the Third. From Govinda the Third, that led me to Gotts Otto, who played Richard Stamper in Tomorrow Never Dies. This is all today's symbolism. And Eulogius of Cordoba, I got from 857 AD, and that equates to wittiza. So I'm looking at wittiza and stambha, who stambha is the brother of Govinda III. I think stambha and wittiza are the same person. Okay? They are a reincarnation of the same person. So just something to look at. Stambha had a coalition of 12 princes with him, and wittiza did a lot of work against the Catholic clergy and wanted them to marry. So then this leads me to today. This was a big sign today that we got. Poor Richie Mayer, lucky he's not dead after shots fired during FDLE arrest. Type that in. All this here, type that in, and you'll find it on Google, and you can read that article there. I believe when it talks about the dentist and the 3-year-old girl who died under this guy's being a physician, the poor Richie Mayer, who's Dale Massad, who got arrested today after shots fired at police. I believe he's like a spiritual shaman, and I believe that he's against the Illuminati Freemasons, and that's why he got arrested. Now, I believe that he was under drugs whenever he got arrested, and that's why he acted the way he did. But this was all symbolism and all spiritual warfare. So the dentist and the fire department have a coalition. They are at agreement with each other. I was told that by a friend who experienced the corruption of the dentist department with the fire department. And they're like a team. They work together. So I believe the dentist killed the 3-year-old girl. But the deeper symbolism here is, I think, Paul Walker, fire department, and dentist Heath Ledger. Okay? Because Heath Ledger represents the gorilla with the elephant head and scorpion tail. So that would be like Ganesha symbolism. And I believe this guy was like a shaman. deal between Heath Ledger and Paul Walker. And I believe we're looking at 10 days for this guy. This guy will be in jail today, starting 10 days. So we need to keep watch 10 days from now and see what happens. He lived in Miller's Bayou, which is crazy because I had a dream today about the class of 2006 when I was in high school and all this stuff with my swim team and all sorts of crazy symbolism. I was in a van driving from like the state meet, swim meet, and these guys were like driving the car and we went by a car crash and all sorts of crazy symbolism. But Miller was one of the names of the guy. And then another guy went to Mississippi for college, and that's kind of by the bayou, so it kind of makes sense, but that's beside the point. That's just a dream I had, and I know that's why this guy meant something today. This was a big deal, okay? Because I even had a dream about it, and the crash was in the dream, and the guy was on the phone with gun in other hand whenever he shot at the officers. And this leads me to Action, who I'll leave in the description box. You need a pistol, he says. The pistol represents, we need to keep watch on The Bachelor on Monday and see what happens on that episode. But also the pistol means this guy, his name equals the pistol, Dale Massad. So just keep watch, and we'll see what happens on The Bachelor on Monday. But I'll leave that in the description so you can watch that video and